Welcome to the Chamber Vibes Podcast with your host, Brittany Timmons, the Greater Guthrie Chamber of Commerce CEO and President. In this podcast, you will hear from local guests who will discuss topics such as leadership, small business, and our vibrant community. You'll also hear success stories and tips from amazing local businesses, dive into important news, meet community leaders, and find out how you can get involved in our community. From the Second Banana Media Studios in beautiful and historic downtown Guthrie, America, here is Brittany Timmons.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back for another episode of Chamber Vibes. Good to be back in the studio. It's been several weeks and just been a busy time for everybody trying to coordinate schedules. So excited to have my friend, Chamber Ambassador, probably many other titles, and co-owner of the Grand Ole Barber Shop, Paul Ambriz. How are you, friend?
Good. Thank you for having me again.
Good. Yes. So we were talking about this. It's actually been a couple of years since, and the studio has changed, and the show has come a long way. And so good to have you back on. And we're going to talk about several different things today. So first of all, how many years has the barbershop been open now?
Oh, man. We opened August 3rd of 2021. So it was
over 3 years now.
Yeah, so 3 years now, and we keep growing. So it's pretty awesome. We started out with 2 full-time, 1 part-time, and now we have 5 full-time, and that's including myself.
Okay,
so we're growing.
Yeah,
quick.
Growing big time. Yeah, that's amazing. 3 years. I still feel like you're one of the newer businesses. That's not really the case.
I feel like it's been 5 years, but
that's you do?
Yeah, just a lot of work that goes in running a business.
Right, my perspective is a little different. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, lots can happen. So yeah, still you guys opened, when the pandemic was still going on, and people started to figure things like that out. And definitely, in the first episode that we did together, we talked about you guys moving, when you moved to Guthrie and all of that. And I do want to mention, we don't have to tell the full story because we're going to talk about lots of different things today, but you're veteran owned.
Correct.
Yes. And you can give your co-owner.
Yep.
Daniel
Rumsey. So my brother-in-law.
Yes.
So we never.
It's a family.
It's a family. It's a very small family business. Even my wife and Jean Ambriz and Rebecca Rumsey, Daniel's wife, is involved. So she does with all our T-shirts, all of our financing stuff. She does. My wife is HR, so nothing ever gets to her.
I was going to say, wow, what HR issues has she had to deal with?
No HR. And so, and then, like I like to say, Daniel and I are the talent of the business. So
there you go. What it is. Yes, and Daniel is probably very glad that he is not having to talk today on the podcast. So you are welcome. Yes. Daniel. So yeah, Daniel's awesome. He is amazing. Not his thing.
Correct.
Yeah, you're more of the spokesperson for sure.
Yeah. I'm the face of the business.
Yeah. And I have been told, that the gals definitely are running the show a little bit too.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm sure they'll be watching.
Yeah.
Ladies, don't be mad that I said that. No. Anyway, I love both of your families are so much fun. Mm-hmm. You could tell how much you guys love each other and working together and having the kids involved and all of that. So you said you have 5 barbers now?
Yes, we have 5 barbers.
Okay. Are you still have another spot, or are you pretty full for now?
For right now, we're full.
Okay.
Jeff has been our new barber. Jeff has been with us since April of this year, and he's almost there. There's still, what I mean by almost there, his booking is almost filled up.
It takes some time.
All the way. Correct.
Because some people, when they get their stylist or their barber, they're pretty loyal to them. And so when you're new, I imagine it takes a while to kind of build that up. So
Correct.
Was he taking walk-ins there for a while?
He's taking walk-ins for a while, and then there's gaps in his appointments that he can take walk-ins.
Cool, so which is good for you guys.
Yes, exactly. So, other than that, we're always booked. So we're doing great. I can't complain.
That's awesome.
We're very blessed.
Yes. And so besides running the barbershop and obviously the day-to-day operations, you guys love to be involved in the community.
Correct.
And so let's talk about just kind of some of the different things that you guys have. I know. But this is what's fun. I get to help brag on you and tell your story. Before we dive into that too, I do want to mention they are the Chamber, the 2023 Small Business of the Year. So we recognized those businesses at the very beginning of the year for the previous year. And so, that was super fun to completely surprise you. I think we surprised you pretty good.
It was a pretty awesome surprise. Oh, yeah, for sure. And being a small business and being still so young in the community, it was definitely a surprise for us. So we were very grateful for that nomination and award to go with that. You
very deserving. And if you're watching on YouTube, there's several pictures there flashing on the screen. They've got a beautiful location in downtown, which I'm sure you love. Being in downtown, I know with the chamber office, I love it. It's fun. I'll see you zip by, and just get outside and run around. And it's just one of the great things about being downtown.
It is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah. So let's cover barbershop business, and then, like I said, we'll dive into some of the things you've done. So you take walk-ins on which days?
We do walk-ins on Saturdays. Okay. I'll do walk-ins all day on Saturday. John will do walk-ins from 8 in the morning till 10. And then Jeff will do walk-ins from 9 to 11. And our schedules vary, so you can always go on Instagram or Facebook just to verify or call us on our phone number. And the phone number slips my mind. So.
That's okay.
But
find it online.
Yeah, you can always find it online, and we're pretty easily accessible in calling us or even book an appointment. So.
Okay, so you recommend that people go online and book their appointment?
100% yes, because like I said, we do have openings, but there are there are some walk-ins, but appointments are the best thing. So you're going to get in there right away. With the appointments, it's pretty easy. You could either find it online at www.grandolebarbershop.com, or you can go to our Instagram or Facebook, and we have a link that'll link you straight to that.
Okay.
And once you get on there, right first page, book appointment, and it'll tell you what services we have. You click on that service, and then it'll tell you who the barbers are with their pictures next to it. Okay. So if you forget the barber's name, but you remember their face, that'll have it there, and you bring up their appointment book for whatever day, and it'll bring you all the slots available for times that you can book for.
Cool. Okay, and so obviously, I cannot get services there, but if you're a gentleman that can, what kind of services, what kind of atmosphere can people expect if they've never been in the barbershop?
I would say it's a touch of old school with some new school mixed in together, and a lot of different things on the wall. We have different flags, posters. It's just a all-out craziness, kind of like a man cave, I would say.
Yeah, it's totally a man cave.
So, and you get a complimentary beer.
There you go.
Or a complimentary taste of whiskey that we have. Okay. So, you can come in and relax and have a good time and not have to worry about anything. So
yeah, and you guys kind of brought in the old style of barbering, with
correct, yes.
Mix the old with the new.
Yes,
so
exactly.
What's the experience like? I know you guys offer like hot towel service and stuff like that.
We offer haircuts, beard trims, full shaves, trims around the ear if that's really easy. Everything you can imagine for a gentleman's hair, or I can't say haircut, but I guess whatever their needs are, we can provide that for them.
Okay. So you guys have products and stuff there
We do have products as well. Our products is Suavecito, which is a really good product. It's not on the expensive end, but it's not on the cheaper side that you can find at Walmart or anywhere else. Okay. It's a in-between grade where it works perfect, and we use it all the time with all our clients in there. So
awesome. And speaking of shaves, if you know Paul, you might notice he's looking a little different these days.
Just a little hairless.
Yeah. So we talked about it this morning. So how many years have you had the beard?
Man, so I retired in December of 2017 from the Navy after 20 years. And that was that was one of the last times I was clean shave. And my kids were 3 and 1 at the time. Yeah.
There's Paul if you're watching on YouTube.
Yeah, that's where it's probably one of its longest. And I had shaved it for Halloween of 2018 because I was it's Marty McFly and Doc from Back to the Future, and I was Doc. Oh. And I was clean shaven, so that was the last time I was clean shaven.
6 years.
6 years. So my boys were young, and the reason I shaved it was because my son about 2 weekends ago asked me if I could shave my beard because he wanted to see what I look like without a beard. And I told him, no, that's not happening. Showed him a few pictures on my phone. I was like, here you go.
There's Dad
There's
before.
Dad without a beard. And then it really, like, I was thinking about it the whole week.
Aww.
I was just like, man, they've never seen me with, that they remember being clean shaven. So Thursday of last week, I shaved it all off and there in the barbershop. And then I had kind of a handlebar mustache, and I kept that from Thursday to Sunday. And surprised my wife because her aunt was coming in from out of town, and we all went to go eat at Guthrie Grill, I believe is what it is. And I showed up and surprised her. She was so shocked. It was so fun. She looked at me like she was looking at a new person.
I've looked at you all day like I'm looking at a new person. I've only known you 3 years. That's hilarious. And so it'll be coming back.
It'll be coming back, yeah. Sunday I shaved it all off.
No Shave November is coming up anyway, and I know that's a thing.
I'm not doing that. I kind of miss my beard a little bit. I look in the mirror and I'm like, man, I look better with a beard. So
you look great either way, but we definitely had to cover that. For those that know Paul. So anyway, if you don't know Paul, well then,
meet
you
the
don't.
New me.
Meet the new
It's
me.
so fun. There's so many people that have come up to me, and I was walking to my youngest football practice, and Sarah Phillips did not know who I was. She's like, I wouldn't have known that was you until you spoke. She's like, other than that, I walked right by you, didn't even know who you were. I was like, well, thanks. Now I know how far our friendship goes.
There you go. Yeah, that's hilarious. Oh gosh, too funny. So anyway, so we talked about how much, about the barbershop and how much you guys love the community. So let's talk about some of the things that you guys have added, some of the fun that you guys are bringing to the community. Which one do you want to start with?
Oh, man. I would start from the beginning of the year, I guess.
Yeah.
So what is that? We go into April, right?
Yep.
Which is 89ers Day. And 89ers Day, I know they used to have an old mustache competition. So we added the beard and mustache competition to the 89ers celebration. And we do that every year. We've done it since the first year. And we hold it there at the barbershop. We've got creative with different awards and different things. So this year we're looking for sponsorship. So if there's anyone who wants to sponsor the beard and mustache competition, we're really looking forward to that one this year.
To kind of grow that.
Yeah. I would say that's one of our slower growing events that we have.
Yeah, well, there's so much going on at 89ers.
Yes, I agree.
It's like this has this going on and this is going on. I mean, there's a lot of moving parts. So.
Correct. And we used to have it on the Friday. Now we moved it to Saturday morning right after the parade because there's still a lot of people there.
Yes.
That could join at the last minute, and we'll have a bigger crowd. And we did have a bigger crowd last year, so we're going to stick with that.
That's right. I remember you telling me that. So you had it in 22, and then 23.
22. We did 22.
22?
Yeah, we did 22.
And then
23.
And then it grew this year, 24.
Yes,
okay.
Exactly.
Very cool. So that's one thing. You're adding to 89ers, having some fun. Of course, it fits in great with your business and something that you brought back that you said that happened years ago.
Correct.
As part of 89ers. Okay. So then we go into the summer.
It's the summer. Yeah. So our next one's the 4th of July bike ride. And when I mean bike, I mean bicycles, not motorcycles.
Right.
And that one actually started with our own family. And Daniel, Becca, Jean, and I, we just started riding around our bikes in downtown Guthrie and just all over Guthrie with pulling our kids with little, I guess, carts or whatever that attach to the bikes. And then eventually they learn how to ride their own bikes. And so there's a picture there.
Yes.
I believe that was this past year. Yes, that was this past year. Yep. Yeah. And so
you guys love, I mean, we can relate in this way with the Timmons. You love a good reason to dress up.
Oh, yeah.
A good costume.
For sure.
So,
for sure. My son dressed, I don't know if you can see him there with the glasses, and he has a George Washington wig on there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So if you're looking at it, it's probably the left if you're looking at the screen. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
But yeah, we love to dress up. But it just, we're a very patriotic family.
Yes.
And so we thought, do something early in the morning at 9 a.m., get it done with, and all we do, it's a short 2-mile ride, and we start at the temple, and we go down Cleveland, we go behind the post office, up Harrison, make that left at the middle school, and then finish off on Oklahoma. And then our last stop is the barbershop, where last year we did pancakes and bacon and sausage, and this year we stepped it up a little bit more.
And I missed it.
And
tell me what I missed.
Missed a good time.
I know.
We had sponsorships this year through Mosquito Authority, and then Husky Turf, and then Cleaning Solutions, I believe.
Snap Clean?
Snap Clean, sorry, I apologize. Snap Clean also helped us out as well. I'm trying to think. I think that's who we had as sponsorships, and they helped us out. They helped us out a lot this year, and we were able to provide free pancakes. Oh, Dunnigan Farms. How can I forget Dunnigan's? So Dunnigan Farms with his bacon and sausage, and they were all out there cooking, and we couldn't have done it without their help and them volunteering to do that.
Yeah.
We had 3 griddles out there, and they were sweating their butts off, but they did awesome with helping us out.
Do you have a lot of people involved this year that rode?
Yes, we had about 120 people that rode this year. Yeah.
Very cool.
So we went from like 10 people one year to, I think we did 60 last year, and this year we doubled that. So we keep hoping to double it every year. And the pancakes and sausage, we had drinks for the kids, we had mimosas for the adults, and we stayed there eating and drinking from 9:30 till 12:30 that afternoon, 1. So it was a great time. We had great conversations. The thing that I loved the most was that all the families that participated this year had, 5 or 6 kids, which started getting me just a little nervous.
Yeah, it's a lot of people in the barbershop.
It's a lot of, not the barbershop, but the streets.
Oh, you're
riding
right.
their bikes in the streets and having all those kids.
This might eventually need police escorts.
Correct.
We might need to get GPD involved for 2025.
And if they ride their bikes with us and stop traffic on the major streets, that would be great for us. And so that we're looking into that this year or next year coming up. For 25. But they all came up and they just kept telling me, like, this is a great event, family friendly.
It is fun.
Very patriotic. You finish it off with, food, and the kids were running around outside playing games and doing different things, and they were watching cartoons next door at the theater, the outside theater, and it was a great time. And that's what I wanted. I wanted a family friendly environment where everyone could have a good time.
Yeah.
Do a little bike ride, have a good time, and then all celebrate this country's freedom and what it stands for.
Absolutely. And just you're not asking for anything.
No.
Just bringing people together. Something, like you said, there's not anything going on in Guthrie that morning, so you weren't really conflicting with, something else that's already happening.
Oh, yeah.
And so, I love that. I love that.
And it's
so
great.
much fun.
I mean, the kids get to decorate their bikes, and they decorate the night before, and they get excited about, I want to put this here, and I want to put that there, and, they get to decorate their bike.
People can drive their golf carts.
They have
whatever you want.
Yeah, it's good times.
You don't ride your bike. So I may or may not have ridden in one before. So anyway, no, that's awesome. I love that. And so then I guess after that you kind of gear it for back to school.
Correct.
And
back to school.
so that leads up to you've been doing for a couple of years now. And you can tell me maybe since the barbershop opened.
We've been doing
back
it
to school
since,
haircuts.
well, the first year we opened, we didn't do it, which was in 2021.
Because you were brand new.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes, and then 2022, is when we started it. And we just thought that the community, we opened up and the community embraced us right away. And we love this community. Everyone there in the barbershop loves that community, loves this community, And we're all from here. And so, again, when you invest in the Grand Ole Barber Shop, you invest in Guthrie.
Absolutely.
So it's awesome. And so we wanted to give something back. And we know there are some families that aren't as well off as the rest of us are. So we want to just be able to give that back to them. And we started free haircuts. And we traditionally started it on Monday, and anyone within Logan County. We didn't isolate anyone.
Didn't have to be Guthrie Public
Schools. Just didn't have to be Guthrie Public Schools because we have clients that come from all over Logan County. And so we decided to do back to school haircuts, and we did it for 2 years. And then last year in 2023, we got a lot of phone calls asking us if we did girls' haircuts. And we can do girls' haircuts. We're just not comfortable doing it because we don't do them on a daily basis.
You're licensed to do it. But
we don't do them on a daily basis. I didn't want to ruin a little girl's haircut on her first day of school.
Who cut your hair?
Oh,
Paul.
Right? It's looking sideways, and then we took, 12 inches off versus 2. So I didn't want to do that to them. And so for a whole year, I was thinking, like, how can we make this better? How can we do it better to help more people within the community? And that's when I brought it to you.
Yeah, I remember. Well, and I remember we even talking about it a year ago. Like, hey, you were like, I want to. Besides the haircuts too, like, what can we do to involve like as many organizations, businesses as possible? And so earlier this summer, like right after school got out or so, you came to the chamber, but not just me. You came to our chamber ambassador group, and said, hey, let's do this. I can't do it alone, which, there's really not much that most of us can do alone. Takes a village. I say that all the time, whether it's raising kids or, planning an event. It definitely takes, everybody working together.
I had a vision of, like you said, having all the chamber investors involved, and this being a chamber organization with, the Grand Ole Barber Shop, hand in hand working together. And I sometimes I feel like the chamber gets a little bad rap with, we just want to take your money.
That's not what we want to do.
And that's not what you guys do.
No, we were here to help.
Yes, exactly. And I wanted to show the community that that's what the chamber can do as well. And so that's why I wanted to bring it to you, because first of all, you have the organizational skills to do so.
Well, thanks. We have help. Again, the chamber ambassadors.
And everybody in the chamber has helped out. Yeah. But I wanted to show the community that we can all get together and help the community as one. And everything I envisioned actually happened this year. So awesome. I can rest happy and know that we at least got the first year going in the right way. So.
Yes. And so whenever Paul, came to the chamber and the chamber ambassadors, of course, if you don't know what the chamber ambassadors are, just really quick, it's a group of chamber investor business owners or employees of businesses that say, hey, we want to help cheer on and further what the chamber is doing, because they know that the chamber is not me and Heidi and Missy, in the office. It is all of us. And so the ambassadors are our chamber cheerleaders. That's really the best way I know to explain them. They show up to ribbon cuttings. They do phone calls. They drop into places. They volunteer at the office if we need something. And so whenever you brought this idea, the group was like, absolutely. We didn't have any pushback at all, you know?
Yeah, it was awesome to hear.
It was awesome to hear. And so from there, the group just started dividing up different ideas, people to call to get involved. And then Mercy Hospital said, hey, you need some money, you need sponsorship. And they sponsored to help offset some costs. So if you're watching on YouTube, there's a couple of pictures on the screen. So we estimated a little over 700 people that attended that day.
That's super cool.
Crazy. And so what we did, you want to talk about kind of how the haircuts worked? Yeah. Like with our collaboration?
So with our collaboration, we got just stylists throughout Guthrie, myself, the barbershop with some of the barbers from our barbershop as well that came out. Big shout out to Ryan, who helped us out as well.
Yes.
And he came through, which was huge because if I remember correctly, we cut girls and boys' hair. I think it was 145 haircuts that day.
That's what we counted, yeah.
So that was awesome to hear, where we get through a few haircuts at the barbershop, but nothing like that. So that was awesome to be able to provide that service to people who needed it. And start their school off in the right direction.
Yeah, absolutely. So. And Kara from Meridian, she helps oversee the film side of things at Meridian, but she said, hey, we have cosmetology chairs. And so Meridian shows up with cosmetology chairs, and Corey, my husband, provides a massive tarp, and next thing you know, we have a salon in the middle of community church.
It was so awesome to see that take place.
And Jill Price with Prism was the official hair sweeper all day. Shout out to Jill. I think she literally developed blisters from sweeping. And so, it ended up being, I think, one of my favorite events.
Oh, yeah, it was awesome. And Jill did amazing because it takes us it cut the time in half to sweep when she did it herself.
Yeah.
For us barbers to actually take someone else and keep going. So.
Yeah. So
it was awesome.
So let's see. I was trying to figure out how many hours. 9 to 2?
9 to 2. Well, it was from 9 to 2, but we stayed
cut hair until 3. Yeah.
Which was, when it comes to the kids,
right.
For me, they're the future. If we don't take care of them now, they need to feel like they're cared for and loved. So.
Yeah. And Heidi and Chris Cute had the appointments down, and it was just awesome. So we had over 20 organizations join us. We had everyone from, Wings of Hope to Twin Cedars Camp, Casa for Kids. I know I'm going to leave out a bunch, but Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, Rainbow. We had several of the sports booster clubs, which especially for fall sports, that was just days before school started and those sports kicking off. So football boosters were out there providing free hot dogs. Guthrie Youth Cheer. And I think that most of the organizations made a little money, which is great. Yes. And brought awareness to what they have going on. And we have to give a shout out too. We had police and fire vehicles. Yes. We had fire represented from several different agencies in Logan County. And we had the Twister truck.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Twister truck was there. So thanks to Tim and Jess over at Bodyworks for bringing that out. What else? The band played. Then it rained.
It rained a little bit, yeah. Well, I heard it rain.
Oh yeah,
I didn't go outside. I was cutting hair all day.
That's right. Yeah. So the band was actually playing outside, and it started raining like pretty good. And obviously, you know, if you've ever played an instrument or a parent that's bought an instrument, you do not want water in those instruments. And so the band quickly stops, cheer, color guard, and moves inside. And we get permission from Pastor Bill to be on the stage at Community Church. And all of a sudden, it's an indoor pep rally.
Oh, yeah.
While you guys are cutting hair.
Oh, yeah. It was pretty awesome.
It was
great. I thought that was planned. I didn't know that they went in.
No.
So I just found out today. Yeah,
it was a little
news.
chaotic.
Yeah.
Breaking news
to me.
It was a little crazy. I say crazy. Nobody was stressed. It was just like okay, we've got to pivot, in this moment. But we knew that rain was in the forecast. We were blessed with a cooler temp, so we weren't sweating it out outside. Sure. And everybody that was outside had a pop-up tent, and they were prepared to possibly get wet, but it worked out fine. And,
and I know you said earlier that sometimes you get a little stress with some of the events you do, and you said this one went pretty smooth. So.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I'll say it and I say it again. I think I was in like happy tears even after the event was all said and done. We were cleaned up, and I got home, and I sat down and I just thought about it, and I sent a message to all of you guys on our ambassador chat, and I was like, my heart is full. Like, this is exactly what I knew this was your baby. This was your vision. But to see it come to life and it just go so smoothly for its first year, I mean, that just doesn't happen. If you are an event coordinator of any sorts, usually there's going to be something. And I think now we have ideas for making it better, but I don't know this year how it could have gone any better. I mean, maybe no rain would have been cool, but like we can't control that.
True. So. I think it went extremely smooth. Everything that I saw, it went extremely smooth.
Good.
And I think when you do things for the right reasons, they're meant to be in that way.
Yeah, I think so too. And GPS was there. I know your wife as one of the school administrators, and school resources and transportation was there. And it was great for people, I think, to connect with them. And, Dr. Simpson popped by, and assistant superintendent, and, John Hancock and some of the, administration, to see them out in the community and to be able to ask them questions and engage. It was huge. Eskridge Chevrolet sponsored that balloon artist, and that she cool. said, I was so busy. I mean, the whole time.
I think she was there just as long as we were as well.
And then Lauren with Superstition FX is an amazing face painter, and she had a line for ever.
Oh, she was there for days.
Yeah, and just the police department, the Y. I mean, it just. Some of our banks, it was just, like I said, I know I'm leaving groups out, but so many people were there either giving out resources or providing some sort of entertainment, because we know some people were waiting for a haircut for a couple of hours.
Correct.
And we didn't want them to be bored. We wanted them to be able to have fun while they were waiting. And Mercy did sponsor us for those inflatables, but the storm kept those away. So that's okay. Maybe next year
we can. For sure.
We can have
hopefully
them.
Next year.
Yes. And we are going to have the inflatables that we were supposed to have down at our Crazy Days event in October. So
awesome.
Yes. So the kiddos can come and enjoy those at that time. And then the food trucks we had, Papa's Tacos came out, and they had a great time. And it was just, anyway.
It was great.
It was just
amazing.
Great. Yeah. So I think, like I said, we have some ideas for next year,
for sure.
and I'm sure we'll think of things between now and then.
I've made notes already.
Yeah,
at least for the barber side and the cosmetology side, what we could use.
Yeah. Well, and I think serving 140 kids, and I know we didn't turn anybody away.
No.
But we could even do more with maybe some more time or more hands on deck.
Yes.
So because we can probably get more chairs and make it a bigger salon.
Yeah. or barbershop.
If we need to. Oh, barbershop. Yes. Yes, a barbershop. That does girls' haircuts too.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, it was just awesome. But I just want to say thank you. I mean, I get to brag on you. This is the fun part of the show that I get to do. And just I know you personally and your family and your heart, but just coming to us and saying, "Hey, let's do this together."
Yeah.
It was just a beautiful thing.
Correct.
And I just thank you for serving the community the way that you do.
Well, thank you.
And I'm just glad that we could be a part of it and run alongside you, because that's what it is. It's for no credit of anybody. It was all of us.
Yes.
So and a huge shout out again to the Chamber ambassadors that stayed or came early. We had walkie-talkies. I mean, Cody from the camp brought us walkie-talkies. He also drew out a map and had a full-blown map of where everybody needed to go. and Jennifer Hussman of Ladybug Lane was welcoming people. And anyway, it was just awesome. And
it was pretty cool.
We do have a reel posted on our Instagram and Facebook with the Chamber that has a bunch of photos. Missy from our office put that together. She's like, this is one of the most fun projects I've done. And so there's some great video there of the band and cheer and everybody hanging out that day. So yeah, look forward to Back to School Bash 2025.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've already had people asking when it is. I'm like, hold on, I got to get that first day of school.
I heard someone today at the Chamber Coffee talking about it and how they want to be involved next year. So
yeah. And
it's pretty cool stuff.
Also, community church, I mean, they have such the perfect property and most wonderful, amazing hearts, the people that run everything out there. And so we couldn't have done that without them.
Correct.
And then using their facility and their space and their chairs and their trash cans and, just all of their resources. And so with that property there, we can grow this. We can have 100 organizations there. We can make it happen. So, and then we can go play disc golf after.
There you go. Yeah, that's what I hear.
But anyway, so I just appreciate you. Thanks for spending time with me today.
Thank you for having me.
To talk about it. It's really fun to go back and talk about it. So also, yes, I actually thought about that earlier. There's a picture up on the screen that Chris put up on for us with Governor Stitt, and I was going to bring this up in the show. Yeah, Governor Stitt himself.
He does.
Is a client of the Grand Ole Barber Shop.
Yes, he is.
So yeah, and a regular client, right?
He's a regular client. Once a month he comes in for a regular haircut, unless he's busy then. But yeah, we have him in once a month. So it's kind of, whatever political affiliation you're with, it's just cool to have, the governor of your state there at your barber shop.
Absolutely, because he could go get his haircut wherever.
Anywhere,
or have somebody come to him.
Exactly.
So, yeah. So how did that come to be?
I believe it was when he was running for re-election.
Okay.
And I believe his campaign manager, they were eating somewhere, and his campaign manager told him that it's good luck to have a shave on the day of election day. So I remember him coming through a few times, just popping up to saying hello. And then he remembered our barbershop, came with his campaign manager. They both got shaves. And ever since then, he's been a client of ours. So it was pretty cool.
Very cool. Yeah, anytime they can be in Guthrie. So, yep, there we go. And no pressure. I mean, you don't want to.
No, not at all.
Mess up. He's on camera quite a bit.
This is true. Very true.
Yeah, and I will say, if you are a wife that has taxidermy laying around and you need somewhere for it to go, the barbershop is a great place for that. They love those kind of things. So there might be a deer of the Timmons hanging in there on the wall.
It's very true. That is correct. That is a true
fact.
It
makes Corey so happy because you have two things of his.
Yeah.
A longhorn.
A longhorn.
Yeah.
Skull in the back.
And the deer. So
the deer in the front.
Anyway,
yes.
Yeah. I'm so grateful that they live there.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, yes, they also have some really cool merch. Again, if you are watching on YouTube, Chris put some pictures up here of their hats. You guys have hats and shirts available most of the time?
Most of the time, yes.
Koozies.
Koozies. We ran out of koozies.
Okay, running low. Need to get some more koozies.
We have some things coming up in the future other things that people might like as well. So.
Oh. Good deal. Anything else we need to look forward to or add or?
Oh man,
for the holiday. Oh,
yeah, we
talk
do.
About your Christmas.
We do the Christmas.
Let's do that and then we'll end the show. Sorry.
Yeah, we do the territorial Christmas.
We skipped over Christmas. We went to Back to School Bash and then.
We did. Well, that was a good note to end on as well. So.
But you do something good at Christmas time too.
We do. We do Santa Claus photos, and so it's what we do is with all the money, all that profit goes to an organization. Can be a nonprofit or any organization that needs it here in Guthrie, and we don't save any of the money for ourselves. We give it all to charity, whichever charity needs it, and we pick a different charity every year. So last year was we just picked different families throughout Guthrie that needed presents or jackets, and we bought them jackets and presents for that. The year before that was a shelter for women here in Guthrie, and then before that, I think it was Wings of Hope at the Sheriff's Department.
Yeah. Okay.
So we try to pick a nonprofit or some kind of organization that
it's just donation only.
It's just donation only. Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Santa hangs out at the barbershop,
and you take pictures with him, and then they send them to you. So it's an awesome. Hopefully, we can do it again this year.
Yeah.
And everything that we do, we don't ask for any money. Our bike ride, our mustache competition, we don't collect any money. We do it because we love doing it for the community.
Right. And when you say sponsors, that's just so that you can one, get some other organizations involved to get their name out there, but two, so that you can offset, some of the costs that it costs to do some of this.
Yes, because it's not cheap to do it. So
not to do anything.
Yes.
Right.
Especially nowadays. But
yes.
Yeah, it helps offset the price that we pay out of our own pocket for it. So
yeah,
it's a big help for sure.
Awesome. So yeah, if you're looking to get involved, or just go talk to Paul, give him a call or stop in the shop. If your business wants to partner on any of the events, I know you would gladly welcome that collaboration. So, who's baby?
That's Hank.
That is Hank.
Yeah, that's Daniel and Becca's son.
Yes.
I think he was about a week there.
It's hard for me to remember him that little, but I have known Hank about that long.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
He was born. He was born maybe 25 days after we opened. So
I remember Rebecca being pregnant.
Yeah, she was pregnant. Yeah.
Yes, it's definitely a family affair there at the Grand Ole Barber Shop.
That's for sure.
Yes. Well, thank you, friend. I'm honored to know you personally and professionally and have you in our community. You guys are just a staple here now, and you add so much fun and joy and a great service to the community. So just thankful for that, and look forward to seeing what else you guys come up with in the future.
Yeah, so, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, so check them out, Grand Ole Barber Shop. Be sure to follow them on social media and get those appointments in, guys, for your haircuts and shaves. So thanks again, Paul. I appreciate you. And we will catch you all next time for another episode of Chamber Vibes.
Thanks for listening to the Chamber Vibes podcast from Second Banana Media Studios in beautiful downtown Guthrie, America. Be sure and check out a new episode every other Monday. And until then, remember to choose Guthrie.